Hi guys, how are you going? Welcome to the channel. I hope you guys are all good today. I just want to do a quick preview of the Rome Masters 1000 final, which will be taking place in about 8 hours from now. Less time than that, obviously, if you're not watching this live. If you are, it's 8 hours from now, almost exactly. So first I'll look at the semi-finals very quickly. So Djokovic beat Aliassime. This game was more about. Oh no, sorry, that was the quarterfinals. I went back a bit too far. So Djokovic beats Casper Ruud 6-4, 6-3. I felt like Djokovic returned very well in this 6-4, 6-3 win over Rudd. He's getting the ball very deep in the court, and he's getting the ball to hit the back line, and then moving the ball around, right? And taking a lot of control of the point, and being pretty aggressive there. But particularly the returning was good returning. And then when he got that deep ball, what he would do is he would step in the court and get control of the rallies, right? I thought that Djokovic would have trouble getting the ball through this slow clay court and then past a great defender like Rudd, whereas Rudd would have time to set up with the forehand. But Djokovic returned very well in the rallies. He was able to hit the ball very wide, very close to the line. Rudd didn't handle the deep returns very well, and when Rudd could get them back, he got a short ball back, and Djokovic would control the rally. When Rudd tried to be aggressive, he just wasn't playing that well, and he was missing. So all of those things, Djokovic played probably a 9 out of 10. That's about the best he can play on clay, which is good. And Rudd had a bit of an off day. So the second one, very up and down, this match. Sorry, just one sec. Tsitsipas has beat Zverev in the second semi-final. So yeah, he beat Zverev 4-6, 6-3, 6-3. I mean, this match was basically determined by unforced errors, unfortunately. Like the first set, Tsitsipas had a bad game, put a whole bunch of unforced errors in there. So that was bad. Second set, double faults and unforced errors. One bad service game from Zverev. Both times the opponent kept the break and held serve and closed it out. Third set, there was a game, the first break of serve, when Tsitsipas started with two good shots, where he pushed him around with the forehand till he got a forced error by just dominating. Like I said, that's why I said I predicted he would win this in 3 sets, but by bossing Zverev around with the forehand and just overpowering him there on the first one. The second time Zverev comes to the net and he hits a great forehand passing shot down the line. So one time dominating the rally with the forehand, the other time taking the opportunity to pass Zverev with his forehand. Then a couple of more errors for Zverev. He gets the break. And then at, I think it was 5-3 in the third set, same sort of deal. Zverev hit 4 unforced errors basically and gave it away again. So I was determined by unforced errors. So Tsitsipas has that bad game in the first set. Zverev has a bad service game in the second and the third. And then there was one service game of Zverev's where Tsitsipas steps up and hits a couple of winners, a winner and a forced error. But basically, other than those two, the breaks were decided by unforced errors, and Zverev just hit more of them. So let's look at this final now. Novak Djokovic of Serbia versus Stefanos Tsitsipas of Greece. It's going to be a battle of eastern sort of side of Europe, southeastern to be exact. So let's get into the preview, shall we? So what I would say was this is I'm not sure if they've played since. I believe they haven't. But their last match was actually on clay at the French Open last year. And Tsitsipas was up 2 sets to love. and he had it all over Djokovic. And this wasn't the Djokovic who's come back from the 4 months out, even though he's got a lot of tennis since then now. This was Djokovic near his best just after beating Nadal, right? And Tsitsipas got 2 sets to love. And then the mental barrier of breaking through to win his first Grand Slam once he was close, couldn't handle it, played for poor tennis. I believe they also played in Rome last year. I think it was 3 sets, but it was very close. Came down to a few points. Again, Djokovic. So it's basically been Tsitsipas's level's been right there with Djokovic, but mentally he has this barrier. I've got to break through to beat Djokovic, and I can't handle, and I can't break through this mental barrier. So he has the game, but again, he's going to have to break through the barrier, get in this final. Is it going to be, beating Djokovic is too intimidating? If it is, he'll lose. If it's not, like I said, that's on clay. I think on hard court or grass, when they're both at their best, Djokovic would win. But on clay, when they're both at their best, I would give it to Tsitsipas. But Djokovic is more likely to beat his best today than Tsitsipas is, right? So it's all just going to come down to these mental issues, these mental struggles, these inconsistencies. Will Tsitsipas face that? He's far more likely to do it than Djokovic. If so, he loses. If not, if he can get at his best, and it's about two guys at their best on clay, who's better? The answer is Stefanos Tsitsipas. So I don't really know which Tsitsipas we're going to see, but it's a real flip of a coin. The only thing I'm sure about this match, it'll be going for 3 sets, right? But if I had to guess, I'm just going to say because he's really going to be motivated, what happened at the French Open last year, and he's going to be really pumped up. It's going to mean so much more for him than Djokovic, and I'm just going to give it to him based on that. But I don't know. It's a flip of a coin. He may be mental, he may be inconsistent, and if so, Djokovic is the ideal player to take advantage for getting back players' serve, forcing them in long rallies, playing great defense, and giving no errors. The type of player that Djokovic is set around getting all your serves back, getting all your good shots back in the rally, making no errors yourself, and letting the guys self-destruct. So if there's any nerves, any inconsistency with Tsitsipas, it's over. He can't win this. But if he's at his best, he can and will win it. So it's just about which Tsitsipas. The areas of the game to look for, why I think if they're at their best, Tsitsipas will win, is like Djokovic has two good shots, but not really that one big, powerful shot to finish points. Just good defense, good consistency, but not really enough power to just overpower someone, get through the court, hit a whole bunch of winners on clay. He's just pushing it right to left. Whereas Tsitsipas has that huge forehand. He can just hit through any court and any defender when he has time to set up. And he does have time to set up on a clay court because it's slow. And then he can hit the forehand more than 50% of the time because when you go to his backhand, the ball's traveling slower on clay. He can run around the backhand, hit forehand, and finish those points off, right? So that is the fact that Djokovic has good defense, returning consistency, but not a huge power to hit through a clay court, completely push guys around, overpower them. But Tsitsipas has that with his forehand. He has time to set up. He can hit more than 50% forehands. When you go to the backhand, he can run around. And I think just based on it, he's got a shot that can constantly overpower his opponent, finish points, hit through this court, hit through Djokovic's defense, and he can just go to it and go to it and go to it. Whereas Djokovic has to hit so many shots to finish points, doesn't have that big shot to just hit through a guy's defense on a slow clay court and finish points, right? So I think that Tsitsipas will overpower him with the forehand. But the way that Djokovic wins is if Tsitsipas is not playing at his best today, right? What we'll see is Djokovic getting back a lot of his serves deep, forcing Tsitsipas into rally. Tsitsipas hitting 2-3 good forehands, and then Djokovic getting them back, and he's impatient. He's going for too much and then making errors. Then he plays in Djokovic's hands. If he's nervous or inconsistent, and Djokovic just by getting back his serves, returning well, defending well, making no errors, and then forcing Tsitsipas to hit 3-4 good shots every time to win it. He doesn't have the consistency, the mental barrier of the nerves, and all of these type of things. That's the issue, and that's where Djokovic can win this match, right? If Tsitsipas is inconsistent, not at his best. But if he is, he's going to have time to set up with the forehand. He's going to be able to boss Djokovic around. He's going to be able to push him around. He's going to be able to hit more than 50% of the time forehands because he can run around the backhand and hit forehands. And Djokovic's shot's not going to be enough to push him around enough, control the rallies enough, and get through the court and end points. So that'll give Tsitsipas time to set up on his forehand, hammer forehands, and have the rallies where it's Tsitsipas bossing Djokovic around in the rallies and bossing Djokovic around with his forehand. And has that one big shot to end points on clay and get through this court in a way that Djokovic doesn't. So he'll overpower Djokovic with his forehand. That's if he's playing well. If he's inconsistent or nervous, then Djokovic's defense, getting back to serves, consistency, no errors, great returns, great defense. Tsitsipas is going to just get impatient and go for too much and make errors, and then Djokovic will win. But it could go either way depending on which Tsitsipas we have. But I'm saying Stefanos Tsitsipas wins this match in 3 sets, but it's could go either way, and it's coming down to which Tsitsipas we'll get. But Stefanos Tsitsipas will be your 2022 Rome Masters champion. That's my video for today. Subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. Have a great day, night, wherever you are in the world. I'll be back on Tuesday. I'll review this final. Then on maybe Friday around then, I'm going to give you a preview of the French Open. So much going on. Any updates with Nadal, I'll be the first to let you know. So subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. Please subscribe. Come back for my next video on Tuesday. And thanks for watching, guys. And bye for now. Thanks for being with me, guys. See you for the next video. Please subscribe. Bye for now.